Let me tell you a story, not about success, but about suffering. In 2008, Elon Musk was already rich. He could have walked away. He could have disappeared into yachts and warm beaches, and no one would have questioned it. But he didn't, because something was still alive, something fragile, clinging to life. Tesla, SpaceX, and both were dying. That year, everything that could go wrong did. SpaceX has already blown up 3 rockets. Tesla was leaking money week by week like a ship taking on water. Investors ran, media mocked him, even people he trusted turned away.
But suppose there were some tough times in end of 2008.
He was down to his last 30 million and he had 2 companies gasping for air. He had a decision to make: put the money into one and let the other die, or split it and risk both dying.
I think I had maybe $30 million left, or $30 or $40 million left in 2008. And I had 2 choices. I could put it all into one company, and then the other company would definitely die, or split it between the 2 companies. But if I split it between the 2 companies, then both might die. And when you put your blood, sweat, and tears into creating something, or building something, it's like a child. And so it's like, which one am I going to let one starve to death? I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I split the money between the 2.
And then he slept on the factory floor. He worked 22 hours a day, 7 days a week, not in an office, but on the floor, in the body shop, in the paint booth, under the frame. He inspected boats, responded to angry customers. He begged suppliers to keep sending parts. He was running out of time, money, sleep, and hope, all at once. And when he spoke to reporters during that time, he broke down, tears, voice cracking.
Yeah. 2000 and...
Can we just break for a second?
Sure, of course. Yeah. You want to wait a little while?
Yeah, sure, if it was with.
Even when Neil Armstrong, his childhood hero, stood against him, even when his friends told him, "You have failed enough, stop," even when every logical voice said, "Walk away," he stayed.
You know, there are American heroes who don't like this idea. Neil Armstrong, Gene Cernan have both testified against commercial spaceflight and the way that you're developing it, and I wonder what you think of that.
I was very sad to see that, because those guys are, those guys are heroes of mine, so it's really tough. I wish they would come and visit and see the hardware that we're doing here. And I think that would change their mind.
They inspired you to do this, didn't they?
Yes.
And to see them casting stones in your direction.
It's difficult.
Did you expect them to cheer you on?
So they're hoping they would.
When critics say you can't do this, your answer to them is,
we've done it.
But here's the part that people forget. He didn't survive because of talent, or money, or luck. He survived because of something else entirely. His purpose to save his 2 dying creations was so immense, so all-consuming that it pushed him beyond human limits, and in return, it created the extraordinary. That is what purpose does. It keeps you moving when every cell in your body says stop. It doesn't care if you are tired, bankrupt, or broken. Purpose makes you do everything, even the smallest things. Like every single thing Elon Musk did, just to get a little closer to the goal. Purpose makes you crawl when you can't walk. It makes you sew up when no one's watching. It makes you obsess over the pole. Because if that pole's wrong, the rocket fails. So, purpose doesn't always look like glory. Sometimes it looks like sleeping under your desk, eating instant noodles, begging for one more chance, and doing it again tomorrow. If your purpose is real, you won't need motivation. You won't care about applause. You will just keep going, because not doing it, you would feel like you are betraying something sacred. And that is the only reason he made it. Not because he's Elon Musk, but because when everything was falling apart, he still had something worth fighting for. And maybe that's what separates the one who make it from the ones who don't.